Hello everyone. Welcome to round 6 recap. Today I was playing Young Grandmaster against Suleymanli Aydin. I had a tough game. So let's go over the game. We played the Rui López, and here I played a rare idea: Bishop takes c6, dc, and Rook e1. And here he played bishop g4, h3, bishop h5, really fast, d3, knight d7, fairly typical moves. And knight d2 here, I think bishop d6 was slightly inaccurate move. Usually black supposed to play f6, then maneuver knight to e6. So he played bishop d6, knight f1, queen e7, and knight g3 with I forced him to take on f3, queen f3, g6, stop my knight f5 idea. And here I thought for a bit and decided that his plan is to go long castle, so maybe I should prepare against it. So I played c3 with the idea that if he goes long castle, I was gonna attack b4, a4, b5. And here I then played a very interesting move, queen to f6, and for some reason, I thought that after queen trade, that endgame was gonna be better for me. However, engine disagrees with me. So maybe instead of taking f6, I should have moved my queen to d1. And the idea that if he plays knight c5, I have d4. And if he still does long castle, maybe then I can continue my previous plan. Maybe perhaps queen d1, keeping the queens would have been better option. But first, I was sure that I don't know. This looks like after d4, knight d7. I thought this looked like Berlin endgames, but instead of black having two bishops, black has bishop and knight, so it should be better for me. However, I underestimated the dynamic of the game. Knight comes to d3, and maybe if my pawn was on c2, perhaps this position would have been slightly better, but not pawn on c3. So here I played bishop h6. The idea that I didn't want him to castle short, and if he went for long castle, I was gonna play rook a d1. Although this position also not so good for me. But instead he played knight d3. At first I was aiming for e5 move. I thought, after e5, knight d1, ed, knight d3, I have d takes c7 and king will be in danger. But the angel says after f5, black is much better. And I decided to play rook e2, castle. Here I realized that my position is quite bad, but I didn't know how to easily equalize. Like engine suggests to play bishop f6. Oh, rook e8. I didn't realize that I can play e5 here. Oh, this makes sense now. Oh, he cannot take e5. Yeah, this was a big miss for me. If black plays bishop f8, then I can play knight d4, and it's kind of okay position. So I played knight f1 with the idea that to play f3 somehow. But however, after he played rook e8, I didn't like the move f3, so I went for rook d2, bishop c5, and knight to g3. I could have taken f2, rook f2, and play rook d3 here, I thought. Oh, but I have a very strong move, knight h1. I didn't see this idea. I thought that my e4 pawn is hanging, so... But the problem is that after bishop f2, I take with knight, and if he takes rook take e4, I can play something, I guess. b4, b4 force the bishop to go, and king h2. Now if he takes f2, I take with knight, and there is fork. But then after f6, I should have just gone for bishop to h6 and continue this, quite a little bit suffering, but maybe nothing spectacular for black. Instead, I went for bishop b3. I thought to go to the worst endgame and try to hold it. And in this position, I think king c8, yeah, during the game I was scared of this move. The idea is that if I play rook d4, I think he can play knight d6, rook d1, and knight g5. And if I play rook d4, then there is c5, and black is much better. However, engine says I can play rook f1, and this rook endgame I have drawing chances. Anyway, he went for king e7. I played b3 with the idea that if he plays rook d8, I can play rook d4. Happened in the game. So here he went for knight d6. I was thinking that maybe knight d3 was his intention. Nevertheless, I thought I could play knight d2 and stop his knight c1 move and king approach. Next move, at some point I will play knight f4. Nevertheless, engine says it is much better for black. So instead he played knight d6, which looked very natural. Knight d8, king f1, king d6, and here I think I played very strong move, knight h1. So knight on g3 is not doing anything, guys, and knight cannot jump there, and black might have this idea. So knight h1 is a strong move, first line of the engine. So I wanted to put my knight on f2, so whenever his king comes to e5, I have knight g4 check. And in this position, I think he should have played knight f7, king, let's say e2, put knight on e5, so this knight dominates my knight and start pushing the pawns on the queen side. King e5 was a mistake. After that, I think it is fair to say that we are close to equality. I don't see a way to play for a win. Engine says after knight c5, black is still better, +1, but I thought I have enough compensation with g4, counterplay, a knight f4 idea, so I wasn't worried. And here he forced draw with g5 move, g4, a strong response. And here we traded. He offered me draw, but I thought maybe I can play for a win here, perhaps taking b7. Then I realized that there is nothing, so I had to make draw. Well, overall, very tough game for me. I had to defend bad position. Like, okay, my opponent also helped me to draw the game, but I mean, I also defended well. I think I found this strong idea, knight h1, knight f2. Also, I didn't blunder anything really big. That's also a difficult task. When you have worse position, it is very easy to make a blunder. So anyway, we saved the game. It means that my winning streak is over. But I'm still leading with the 1-point margin. Tomorrow I am playing against Vigara Sadly with black. So let's see how my next game is going to be. Take care. Bye bye.